The Global Chess League is like the IPL of chess. 6 franchises playing rapid format chess tournaments. But amidst all of that, there is a major controversy that has erupted in the Global Chess League, and Magnus Carlsen, one of the best chess players in the world, has raised a huge objection. It all comes down to his team that were playing, and it involved an Indian player playing against a particular opponent. Nihal Sarin was in question. Now, in the next 2 slides, what I am going to show is the reason why Magnus Carlsen has taken to Twitter and just said why chess is not a serious sport anymore. Because, look at this. In one of the matches, Nihal Sarin is playing against his opponent. He is standing and blitzing the moves away. Now, is that allowed? Now, we don't know about that particular thing. He had only 3 to 2 seconds remaining on the clock, so he had to just move. He had a bishop, he had a pawn, but his opponent had 14 seconds more than him. Here, he is seen standing and blitzing away to glory. But is it allowed? Number 1. Number 2, when he was making the move, the pieces fell. Randomly, it was kept back. Roughly, it was kept back. Didn't the arbiter check it? Because of these 2 instances, what has happened? 1, standing and blitzing away the moves. 2nd, knocking the piece over and keeping it roughly on the square, and without the arbiter even checking it, the arbiter accepted Nihal Sarin's invitation for a draw. The opponent said okay, but with 2 seconds remaining and with 14 seconds extra remaining, how did the arbiter then decide that yes, a draw was there? Now, what is this entire controversy about? Because Magnus Carlsen has tweeted, what are these rules? It is on that particular video that one of the most prominent chess journalists has raised the objection about it, Gotham Chess. There, Magnus Carlsen raised it. This happened after Nihal had made several illegal moves and the arbiter never stepping in. We are not a serious sport, unfortunately. Standing and making the moves, also when you look at it, the piece being fallen down and kept very roughly and very randomly there. Now, this is the problem. Pieces knocked over and placed roughly on the board, players standing and blitzing moves in a game. Nihal Sarin versus Daniel Darda game is now under the scanner, and PVG Alaskan Knights versus Alpine SG Pipers contest that was going on now. Magnus Carlsen is playing for Alpine SG Pipers. Now, at this particular thing, Daniel Darda and the team now have raised an appeal because this has now spilled over into Monday. Most likely you will get a decision on that now, because appeal done by Alpine SG against Nihal Sarin and the team captain Praveen Tipse. Arbiter accepted Nihal's claim for a draw, but Nihal was under severe time pressure, 2 or 3 seconds. Match could have gone on, but Nihal's position was strong because that is what he is arguing. His position was such that he could not have forced a win or a loss. So that is why a draw was agreed upon and the arbiter agreed upon it, and even the player also. They did discuss it, but now the appeal has been filed by Alpine SG against Nihal Sarin and Praveen Tipse. Tipse is the captain of, if you look at it, the Alaskan PB Knights. So it is a very, very strange situation that is developing in the Global Chess League, because Nihal told the official social media channel of the Global Chess League that game came into big time scramble. I had less time while he kept his time advantage, but he fended off the trouble really well, made my winning process much slower. So he was under time pressure, he acknowledges it. He had time advantage, Daniel Darda, but apart from that, he could not force the move. He could not force the win, and that is why the draw was accepted. But arbiter might not have taken into account what does rule 4.2.1 and the FIDE regulations when it comes to piece moving says. Adjusting the pieces or physical contact with the piece in the FIDE rule book, it states, only the player having the move may adjust 1 or more pieces on their squares, provided he or she first expresses his or her intention, for example, by saying Jadoub or I adjust. I adjust is the English term, for the French term is Jadoub. 4.2.2, any other physical contact with a piece except for clearly accidental contact shall be considered to be intent. Nihal might probably have fallen foul to that particular rule of 4.2.2 because he moved the piece but it rolled over. But then he randomly placed it on the square and the arbiter never stepped in. So this has now become a major controversy in the global chess league, and Magnus Carlsen has voiced this and saying that chess is not a serious sport anymore. Looking at the way how it happened, you saw even one more game of chess which was played at lightning speed. Vidit Gujarati and Nadirbek Abdulsattorov, there the pieces were been moved 1 second, 2 seconds. Bullet chess and speed chess sometimes falls into this kind of thing because pieces can get randomly knocked down and you can place it. To monitor that, even the arbiter is overwhelmed. So, is Magnus Carlsen's justification on the tweet correct? Do you think the appeal should be made, or do you think the team that Nihal Sarin plays for, they'll get away with it? Was Nihal Sarin's position justified? You can write to us in the comments below. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.